some people feel like even sometimes myself, like I'm like, wow, this content is really good, but now that I'm putting, Long Island personal trainer, Long Island gym, I feel like sometimes they lose the message that like, okay, this person's not going to look at my video because it has all this SEO terminology in it. How important is putting your SEO in every, video?
Awesome question, AJ. I think it comes up all the time, and I think the big issue here is, am I ranking for the search engines, or am I ranking for users, and how do I get the best leverage having one piece of content used on YouTube and my blog? Because if I can get leverage, I can get more bang for my buck, so to speak, out of the content. So here's the dilemma. I'll give you the short answer to that. There's two people you got to satisfy. That's the bottom line, okay? It's almost like, one, you got to satisfy your clients, because the reason you're creating the video in the first place is to attract clients. If you don't have a good message, doesn't matter what SEO you're going to do, you can come number one in the rankings, no one's going to take action. In fact, you're going to hurt yourself more if you put a crappy video out there that doesn't say much, got all the keywords in there. People are going to think, this guy's a jerk. You can't communicate effectively. What's the chance of me getting result when I go in the gym with him? That's the one issue. So the issue is we're trying to communicate so we can get our clients in. The second issue we faced with is that you can create the best message in the world, but if it doesn't get seen, we still have a problem. Because now no one's going to see that message, and then your work is wasted. So we've got this function called Google, because Google basically owns YouTube and they own Google, right? So we have to make the message seen in order for us to be heard, in order for us to get traffic. Now, Google is indexing billions of pages on a daily basis. So the question is, which page do they show up first? Because if you show up first, people will see the message. And the way Google wants it is to say, hang on a second, that page has to be relevant to a search. So if someone is searching for Long Island personal trainer, they're going to serve up a page, and here's the rules. The keyword should be in the title, because then it tells Google what the page is about. Okay? The keyword should appear 1 or 2 times in the body context of the page, because it tells Google what's about. If you don't put it in there, your page is not going to be served up. Right? So to come back to your question, what do I do? Do I put the keyword in there? Do I write it for my client? My first response to that is you always write it to the client. Okay? But you also add the keyword in there. Now you think I probably lost my mind. Okay? Unfortunately, when we're dealing on the internet, you have to become skilled at what you do. It's the bottom line. It's not, can I put my keyword in there and have a good headline, or do one or the other? You have to become skilled at doing both. There's a group of people that always complain that they can't do it. They never rank, never get the traffic, and they hire someone for $5 an hour to write this headline for them, and they never know why they can't get any traffic. Those days are gone. So what I'm advocating, and a lot of people are not going to like, is you need to do both. And the day you can do both is the day you win, and the day you can't do both is the day you can't win. It's like a client. You can't talk to a client about training when you don't give them advice about nutrition. It's crazy. The client's going to feel something's off. You got to be skilled at nutrition. You got to be skilled at personal training. You got to be skilled at communication. You got to be skilled as a business owner. So you have to have both, unfortunately, in this day and age. But it's not all that bad, because if you're skilled at headline writing, you can craft these good headlines. So let's just take a quick example over here to prove the point, right? Give me a keyword, AJ. Give me a keyword that's important to you.
Long Island personal training.
Long Island personal training. If you were to write a blog post, what would you write to your clients right now?
Well, basically, what is the best way to lose weight using a Long Island personal trainer during the holidays?
Perfect. Awesome. So what is the best way to lose weight using a Long Island personal trainer during the holidays? Excellent. Or you can write a headline, and I'm going to butcher the headline, I'm just thinking out aloud, is, losing weight in Long Island is hard and why you need a personal trainer to get results. Or a sneaky way a personal trainer in Long Island will get you weight loss results. Or maybe how this Long Island trainer found one food to get you 20 pounds lighter in 30 days. You know, there's different ways of doing it. The best way of doing this, there's a thing called the 100 best headlines ever written. If you just go in, you type in the 100 best headlines ever written in Google, you'll find it. You're looking for the one that has Jay Abraham's critique on the 100 best headlines ever written. Okay, so most of you don't know, Jay Abrahams is this awesome marketer, probably the best of the best, and he's went and turned these 100 best headlines into formulas and thinking behind it, and he tells you how to use it. So if you're struggling to write a headline, you just take one of these formulas and you plug in the topic of your article in there, you plug in the keyword in there, and automatically it'll start fitting for you. Okay, for example, one of the best headlines ever written was, "Do you make these mistakes in English?" It was brilliant because it was targeted to people who wanted to write better, right? Your one headline could be just off the cuff. Do you make this weight loss mistakes when dealing with a Long Island personal trainer? Maybe it's not even relevant, but I just came back at the cuff, right? Or a Long Island personal trainer would reveal these mistakes you're making that's preventing you from losing weight.
Yes, Neil, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just thought about a really good way because, there's so many different ways of writing headlines. And I've found for writing SEO headline, the news type of headline works the best.
Mm-hmm.
Because like a news, because a, popular newspaper is going to write Long Island personal trainer reveals the secret to holiday weight loss.
Yep.
It's more natural, and has a keyword in it, and it comes off like a news headline. So I feel like if you want to do SEO, always imagine it's going to be on the cover of a newspaper because you could get away with it. Queen's fitness expert shows how to get back into your skinny jeans, So I guess using a news type of framework will definitely help with the keywords.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So there's different ways of doing it. The final technique I'll give is an advanced level technique. If you're really struggling to write a headline and you can't, for whatever reason, you can't put the keyword and the content in the headline, write the headline without the keyword. Okay? Just write the headline as best you can without the keyword. Put the keyword a few times in the body copy of the article you're writing, which is very easy to do. Okay? And then what you do is, when you point links to that particular page, when you're pointing a YouTube video back to your page, in the link that you're pointing back, use the link of the keyword to point back to the page so Google can see, hey, this thing is about Long Island personal trainer. There's other sites talking about what that specific page is. It's a more advanced level technique. I don't want to get too much into the details. So that's the answer to where, what do you do? You got to do both, unfortunately. And then secondly, how do you get the most leverage for this? How do you get the most traffic to what you've got? Okay, I would strongly suggest if you've created a video, get it transcribed, put it on your blog. Easiest thing to do, it costs you $5 at Fiverr. So now you've got a piece of content on your blog, right? You can change the headline and change the description. Then you take the video, you embed it underneath the piece of content in your blog, right? So now you've got a video on YouTube and you've got a blog post of the same video on your website. You've got two pieces of content. The only thing I'd suggest there is change the headline. Don't have the same exact headline for the YouTube video that you would have for your blog post video. And, it's just a matter of driving traffic to it thereafter. That's it.